Oi! Back for a little bit more. Maybe like 30 minutes? I don't know. I'm starting to feel the weariness set in. Speak with Alphino. That's gotta be the most common quest objective in the entire game. Speak with Alphino. Bunch of progress. Bunch of progress. Ideally, I'll play more tomorrow before the session, but we'll see how that goes. The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland, but now that you're here, there is a proposal I would like to make. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but everything I've come across describes them as Sin Eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessor, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and painted as villains. Were it not for the record stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use. When I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood.
Considering all they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Vobert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as Sin Eaters is absurd.
Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains, deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome Emmett Sulk, was it not? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who knew him only as a villain. I've shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the Flood that followed in their wake. I was just saying we had to clear his name. Perfect timing. Well, let's say who to go.
Spread the word, I say.
I wish we'd done this sooner. Then we're all of one mind on the matter. Good. Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Bekluk on the means of returning home? The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium and the XIV. We have to reach out to anyone who will listen and might be willing to lend an ear. If any luck, word will spread more and more, and many will accompany them. What was this again? Portal to the source? Can I go there? What is that? Oh, it just goes back to... Yeah, literally. I didn't need to do that. Due to return his 600-second cooldown? Cool. Yeah, sure. I forgot what the source was for like a second. I was thinking it was like the cool room where like Heidelin talks to you or something. Okay. So just find some people. There's some upstairs, there's some downstairs, there's some this way.
Broggy.
Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whether it may be. Under Yomore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is it the fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Navran reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning the night of Navran. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Yeah, Dog of Wisdom whenever my character is talking silently. Well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you be brief. With the night returned, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stars so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light. Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the cardinal virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? Well, you've yet to steer us wrong, so I'll be willing to hear what you have to say. Everyone, come. I must tell you the good word. The dork who runs the library and like keeps giving us picture books is gonna be one of the people, right? Yeah. Moron. No, this can't be. Surely there must be at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Ah, Ryugo, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the Flood, of the Warriors of Light. I've searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. Praise be. So you would address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light? Of the Flood? How wonderful. You've regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Only may be assured I will not come alone. Bring your friends. Break your legs. Katniss. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grinold not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, that he inspired him to reach new artistic heights. But I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. Hold on. Gotta whack this guy. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. I wish the Vieira said, I'm all ears, like, I wish they, like, said that whenever you had, like, a conversation with them. Can't go that way. We have the best viewers. Come get our viewers. Here you go. What a wonderful surprise. I hope you being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients come through my door of late. Which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Or the Nomo, yeah. They're all ears. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The Mumu. The Namo. The Mau Mau. True about the Warrior of Light. The XIV has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more tell the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
Okay, Alphino.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Oh, just the whole time. Wow.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that.
Yeah, they did.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They're so easily convinced.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
Yeah, I bet you feel like shit, huh? Yeah, they'll believe anything I say. Especially if you deliver it like...
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Guy dressed as Ardbert shows up and murders 10 civilians. Yeah, oh, actually. Hey everyone, actually I'm evil.
Impossible.
Sorry everyone, I didn't want you all to misunderstand. I'm actually bad. can see him too?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both.
What in the world?
To stop him before he murders civilians, come on.
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
The Asian pretending to be Ardbert has no clue what Ardbert's personality is.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Also, he doesn't realize that, he has stubble now. He's like a 5 o'clock shadow and blood on his axe.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself
RP
could
fail.
such a miracle come to pass.
That's not the Ardbert I know.
Who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home.
I mean, I don't think we're in disagreement there. I guess they weren't supposed to know that yet, though.
But this land is our home.
Woody
And it
Guthrie.
is to remain so, now and forevermore. It is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of light?
Fake Ardbert is cringe.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure.
And the real ghost of Ardbert is like standing in the corner like fuming.
But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long.
Not that
Been
long.
resurrected as he claims.
It looks like him and sounds like him, but it isn't him.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Ascian.
That he is an Ascian.
Thank you.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I
Posthumous.
would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
The Sundering.
Elidibus.
Elidibus.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form.
Evicted is a very funny word for
no
that.
doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first.
Yeah, didn't he like curse Emmett as like a sentimental idiot that couldn't get anything done?
It is quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
They do it all the time. It's the only thing they do.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus
It's happened every time, yeah.
Waking Sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
And at the time he claimed he was like the one good one. I think he literally said something to that effect.
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And
History.
they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yes.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps?
Did his soul actually depart?
Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
I'm thinking.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not
That was so
defend
long
mine
ago.
actions. undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Every time we're in this room, I can't help but thinking, wow, the game looks really beautiful right now.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people.
I don't know if it's the lighting or just it's like very vibrant and colorful, but it pops more than like any outside area in the game does, and I think anyone in the room looks better too, like just by virtue of being in the room.
And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to
Ardbert in scare
mitigate his
quotes.
influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Oh, was that Popoto salad? Well, of course. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Maybe play more tomorrow. We'll see. Thanks for joining. Bye.